my Michael getting stream? Hello, hello. I think we're good. Yep, hello. Why am I so damn quiet? The fuck? Hello? Oh yeah, no, we're good. Let's continue this. I rather lag or some shit because I'm streaming now. That should be fine. Close the masters. What? That's so random. Why did you just come to my chat and said that? Well, I'm so confused. No, you fuck around literally, that's so bad. And fair enough, honestly. Favorite song by Alex G? Okay, get the fucking things. Da, 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 da. So there's got audio on again. Muting this motherfucker. Cause I can hear that audio and everything. I don't understand why people have such bad echo sometimes, like, goddamn.
Spotted! Enemy spotted! Roger. Enemy spotted!
Can the game start, mate?
Enemy spotted!
Oh, hi, sorry, I'm streaming. Yeah. Sorry, the call does get hurt, I don't know what happens. Or I'm streaming on thing, whatever, that's fine, right? Okay. I hope you sleep out there. I'm assuming you went to sleep, right?
Enemy spotted!
I love you.
Huh?
I love you.
I don't know why, but thanks. Sorry. You shouldn't, you know that, right? Like, I literally...
Okay.
Huh?
So that's okay.
Enemy spotted!
UAV support called in.
You're off.
Enemy spotted! Enemy spotted!
Kidding everyone?
Getting creative with
My team is keep on killing everyone. I want to get some kills. Thank you for the likes and thank you for the fun.
You're scavenging for scraps like some roadside wreck.
Survival kit, here.
Requesting tactical item.
UAV support called in.
Head to
The
the front
safe
line.
zone is shifting.
Enemy spotted.
Like, can people, everyone stop killing everyone? I want to kill, like, fuck.
Loadout airdrop incoming.
Spotted.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted.
Enemy hit.
Taking fire.
Reloading. Good run, team. Requesting loadout.
Loadout called in.
Luna, you've got this.
Enemy spotted.
The safe zone has been redefined.
Spotted.
Just the AFK.
Survival kit, here. Requesting UAV purchase.
Oh,
God. Even when this motherfucker's smoke, like,
Using a bandage. Weapon here. Weapon here. Weapon here. Requesting UAV purchase. Weapon here.
you guys,
Enemy spotted.
just kind of wishing these guys down for. Like, do you want to go fight these guys?
Luna,
myself?
you've got
The
this.
safe zone is shifting.
This guy, fuck. Oh, fuck you, bitch.
Enemy spotted.
Mega kill. Reloading.
UAV support called in.
There's a lot of people there.
Reloading.
Taking fire.
UAV support called in. The safe zone has been redefined.
Spotted.
Some good enough people here. Holy fuck. I mean, like, a lot. Oh my god, no way.
Help.
Well, where's my
Wiped out.
Yeah, no, I kind of fucked that out, but... God, there's so much people in this one bit.
Taking hit.
Okay, I was about to say, people are stupid for not deploying it when they have money.
Weapon here.
Enemy spotted.
Enemy spotted.
The safe zone
Missing
is
everything.
shifting.
Requesting UAV purchase.
You're so low, man.
Taking fire.
None of this guy's still alive, just sitting there.
The safe zone has been redefined.
Luna, you've got this.
Enemy spotted.
Reloading. Enemy spotted. Ugh. Luna, you've got this.
This is really fucking scuffed.
Enemy spotted.
I'm down.
Send this guy a bit of a fucker.
Dash Pass saves you money on door dashes.
Taking hit. Medic needed.
Reloading.
Your sanity.
This is so scuffed, there's so many other people around.
The safe zone is shifting.
More savings.
The wedding is
Loadout
not just a
airdrop
take back.
inbound.
They don't really have to make this work.
Well, yeah,
Using a
I'm
proven
done.
Get lost or get killed.
Okay,
helps
but
relieve
yeah,
a bit of
okay.
stress. For up to 100% leak-free nights. Try Good Night's nighttime on.
I don't know. I'm a skill. When Verizon
Oh,
announced
that
that I
is
blocked
it. Now we're dead. Yep.
Yeah.
Broken of these ones.
The safe zone has been redefined.
Can you hear me now?
Well, that was shocking. Da-da-da-da-da.
Elara's heart raced as Ribbon emerged to her right. It's hard to be with you. Yeah.
Over a decade ago, one of the most disturbing online communities in internet history repurposed kids show footage to create their own channel. As story makes its regulation of the mind, they publicly posted illicit content every week, destroying thousands of young girls' lives. They called it capping.
A lot of people wonder what exactly is capping. Some people described it as an underground version of Girls Gone Wild. But there is no blackmail on Girls Gone Wild, and the girls have to be 18 or over. Complete opposite to what goes on here.
What happens? You online predator these videos, which most of their victims into depression and so much worse. What would surprise you is that one of their targets was a girl you probably already know.
Meanwhile, another girl from Vlog has been talked about a lot this week, announcing Amanda.
My name's Ken. It's not rated. When I was 11 years old, I got a message saying, I have all your information. I will come find you if you don't flash. So I did it. And he said if I didn't do it again, he would send to all port codes.
Is set in motion an endless blackmail campaign against the young teenager, involving hundreds of online predators.
This one is for the rest of the internet. She says she had been IP banned and moved away, but we know she is still around.
Lordy for the one in? The guy who last year made you cheat school? Got your door kicked in by the cops? You know I won't stop until you give me
Enemy
those
spotted.
things. I am crazy. So your answer?
Not gonna happen. Do you want to meet me? Come meet me right now. Or are you too scared?
Eventually, something terrible happened. Amanda's mother, Carol Todd, refused to let her blackmailer win. As her daughter's story went viral, Carol made it her mission to stop the cappers and prevent the
Satellite scan in progress. Healing beacon deployed. Enemy spotted.
and then sit with things like order. Today's video sponsor, we can keep bringing you more of these stories. And now, we have a task for you.
The safe zone has been redefined.
Leading the jump. Proud to be here, guys.
Dress, socials, anybody can get their hands on that.
Stay
Usually,
close.
Protect yourself from this version. You can sound the back of your home. For hours, you'll be filling non-contact points, hunting down the hackers and data brokers who got their noses into your personal life. That's why we're excited to tell you about today's video sponsor, Aura, an all-in-one
Taking fire.
takes care of all the steps needed to the interest of your private information. Yeah,
Revival kit here.
Who have been bothering you for
Using a
years,
bandage.
alert you to actions for your social security,
Revival kit here.
even monitor your credit, making sure no
Healing
one's
beacon
stolen
deployed.
parts. You are concerned about your private information getting into the hands of the wrong people. You'd be happy to know that Aura is offering unseen viewers a 2-week free trial on the service. Click the link in the description at aura.com/unseen to get a 14-day free trial on Aura and start protecting yourself today. Thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the case of Amanda. August 28, 2012. Afraid people outside will recognize her following after third black man kept her. He had already changed schools, moved, gone offline, and met with the police. Out of options, the young teenager reaches out to
Reloading.
Enemy spotted. Revival kit here. Weapon here.
Please, just help me.
It was then that Amanda got an idea. Reaching out to one person was not enough. She needed to tell her story to the whole world.
She started on this little project. She wouldn't tell me what the project was, but she told me that she needed black markers.
The safe zone is shifting.
The tune of her favorite songs, Amanda shared everything with the video. From her first story online to the 2 occasions she tried to end it all, she detailed how online predators and, eventually, her own peers pushed her to the brink. She wrote about getting beaten up at school, fighting dishes, eating alone in the library, living with the shame of knowing that all her friends, teachers, saw the video. Amanda held nothing back. She could all out from the world to see.
Section barrier up and
No
running.
one truly understood what she was trying to say.
People think that was, it was not. It was a release. She wanted her story out there, and especially to the people that were harassing her.
Reactions. Her response wasn't
Double kill.
reached out, ready to police were supporting her.
UAV support called in.
Reloading.
But I'm just waiting for my hand. I booked November 28th to get my state's
Healing beacon deployed.
So I can look at it in his house. Love, cheers.
Sadly, and never stay strong.
Yeah, she about it as someone else's story.
UAV support called in.
Your story.
Requesting tactical item.
Your dick because made it painfully shy at times in your life.
As a man who owns a
Section barrier up and running.
under neurodivergent.
Using advantage. Get out of here. Here.
Friendship.
So she comes
Enemy spotted. I'm down.
and so they're emulating she she's developed anxiety.
She's a great little kid. She was a firecracker. She had a lot of confidence and sometimes it was already broken.
But it's far from what my trouble with her is a love.
Weapon here. Survival kit. Here.
Sharing her creations on YouTube. But at such a young
UAV support called in.
Reloading.
her audience, but offering predators the worst of intentions.
Kind of awful. She was looking for friendships and unfortunately someone
Enemy
from
spotted.
their town where she was able to vulnerable and then befriended her,
Reloading.
as we call it, and then
The safe zone is shifting.
What's the laptop? When he goes to my door, I'll put it.
Beat it. Wicked sick.
Well, the first edition of our new show.
Enemy spotted.
The Catholic world may seem mysterious enough, but really, there's nothing mysterious about it. We're here to report on what goes on in the Catholic world.
Wicked sick!
Monday, Nicole 34 was blackmailed by Bethel Day and exposed her on the street.
UAV support called in.
Thursday, 13-year-old girls from Guam TV Junior were blackmailed and forced
Enemy spotted.
Has been redefined.
Let's go here.
Taking care. Cover me.
Enemy spotted. Enemy hit.
Healing beam.
Notice members.
Weapon jab here.
Sit down so they did not
Enemy spotted.
hide or run. Then using the cell radio.
I'm in trouble. Enemy spotted. Let's go here.
Called the camera once.
Welcome, Cappers and Cappers, to the official 2010 Capper Awards video. Here we'll go over the awards without me. And the for Black Man of the Year, 1206. Like the big 15-year-old man gave to every respect. This has got a right recorder in the tiny chapter of God. Watch for the world. Before getting her to stand and pride in front of everyone. Congrats on everyone.
Enemy spotted.
Calling photos of girls he had. Successful black nonsense. Get what he wants.
Enemy spotted. Good run, team.
Oh my god, the people are
The
fucking
safe zone is shifting.
When I was 11 years old, I got a message saying, I have all your information. I will come find you if you don't flash into this room. So I was scared. I said, one time, okay. So I did it. And he said if I didn't do it again, sent to all parts of Quinlan.
His arrest lasted for 3 to 4 years. Eventually pressured into doing it at age 14.
Some creepy guys talking. Oh my god. Here.
The safe
All
zone
the
has been
things you've been
redefined.
doing in the past few hours was shit. Trust me.
She was crying, she was hysterical, and she said someone has to go up with money. And she asked me, is her way to leave it? Is her way, like, take away from her? Should I call me? I don't want to call me from here.
He shows you the big deal.
And it would provide more video or performances for,
Wait till
you
you
know,
reload.
December 2010 was when her image was placed on.
Enemy spotted. Hustle.
4 a.m. Next week, he posted. I got
What's up?
Protection barrier up and running.
Why did you? You didn't
Spotted.
Enemy hit.
Reloading.
tell your parents or call the police.
It was a
Please
oh my
help.
god, don't
Enemy spotted.
The safe zone is shifting.
never expect
Help!
like that
Loadout airdrop
there.
incoming.
And your mind goes, who would be doing this? Why are they doing this? Why am I here?
These advised Amanda to stay offline for a while. The spread of the pictures destroyed.
Hang in there.
She referred her to the online phone. To remedy the situation, Carol had her switch schools. Then everything changed. Amanda became friends.
Using bandage.
Again, only regained her spirit.
The safe zone has been redefined.
Taking fire.
There's a guy there.
Down.
Oh. Nice stuff.
Help! Good run, team.
Talk to her. Yeah, so let's go get her off. So
Andre Shea, one of the RCMP agents in charge of Amanda's case, visited the teenager following the second blackmail campaign against her.
I knocked on her door and she told me to come in, and I found a totally different child in that room. So I told her I understood the draws to be on Facebook and stuff like that was kind of addictive.
That
And
was
I asked her why do you keep adding people that you don't know in real life? But she just said, I'm lonely.
Over the next year, Carol and Amanda moved away to get the latter a fresh start. The cappers followed. At this point, JVEC escalated the case to the provincial level. Pastor finds Lisa Knights, a new RCMP unit specialized in preventing the online exploitation of children.
He came back with, he just is very good at what he does. He's masked his IP address. There's no way to figure out who's who. I believe that they have the technology and the training to handle something like this. Probably that was the first time in my career where I felt disillusioned with my job. I was powerless to protect her.
Amanda grew more resilient over the years, but she was targeted for the third time by seemingly the same individual. She didn't hesitate to fight back.
You can give me 3 shows, and I will disappear forever. You know I won't stop until you give me those 3 shows. If you go to a new school, new BF, new friends, new whatever, I will be there again. I am crazy. Yes. So your answer?
Not gonna happen. Do you want to meet me? Come meet me right now. Or are you too scared?
Eventually, Amanda and Carol discovered that most of the accounts targeting her online linked back to a single Facebook profile under the name Tyler Boo. Not only did Amanda dare to face him head on, she also attempted to expose him on her own social media.
Judge me, be there. He made you all think he's a young boy in his team. He's over 30. Tyler Boo is a sailor.
Then on, Carol took the reins. With her daughter's help, she assembled a case file and all the information a qualified cyber investigator would need to find Amanda's blackmailer. She even had a plan. By impersonating her daughter, an RCMP agent could easily catch Tyler Boo at. However, please never mention the case. Her only advice was still to get Amanda offline, as if this was even possible in the internet era.
You got pictures, you got email addresses. You've got a kid. It's all right here. What did you do with this?
Yes. Could you have done more? Probably.
With what seemed like the whole world's against her, Amanda's mental health took a downturn. For the last 3 years, her online nightmare slowly stumbled her real life until it all came crashing down.
Spotted.
Started pushing her down. Eventually, the seven state attack.
He went to
Spotted.
the hospital. They said he had a cut. That is all.
Spotted.
And the down spiral of Amanda. Dark of her mental health rate. And they wanted
Reloading.
one of the steps.
Following consulting, Amanda made several attempts to end her suffering. Carol got her under medication and sought professional help. The teenager also created a posted analysis my story video around that time. Weeks later, World Mental Health Day, Amanda lost the fight.
I got it home. Sounds good. Change for my career.
What's her last message, Dave?
That's nothing.
The safe zone has been redefined.
Head to the target.
That you would always
Head to
princess.
the target.
Look at that. Girl could have told her it was fine.
I wish that I had had deeper conversations with my daughter, but I was afraid she would continue to hurt herself. I was afraid that she would successfully die myself earlier than she did. And so, saying, "Are you
Why the
safe?
fuck
Are you
would I want
thinking
two shotguns?
it wasn't something I ever asked her because I was afraid. I've learned now
Maybe that's why.
that ask, you don't find out. So I would think that that's my biggest regret. This weekend, a candlelight vigil as friends struggle to make sense of all this. She was
Enemy
just
spotted.
so happy all the
Reloading.
time. Like, getting friends prepared, you would know that she had any problems.
Van's Predator probably didn't anticipate the video going viral, but in nearly a week, it made global headlines.
What kind of person? Always an all child online.
However, many news outlets also know what happened. Be sure when the cameras read about Capricorn's involvement.
Welcome to another edition of the Daily Capper. We just wanted to help provide a few more details to the recent Amanda Todd tragedy. The majority of people seem informed. The media tends to miss out on a lot of key information. Others have no idea what they're talking about.
Luna, you've
And
got
police
this.
investigators have no understanding of the internet at all. While people have made Amanda Todd's case into an example of police, what they tend to overlook is the capping and blackmail aspect of the story. Contrary to what the media believes, this
Requesting
wasn't
loadout.
just a
UAV
case of
support
cyberbullying.
loadout called in.
Girl looked back at her case box.
The safe zone is shifting.
It's a sick person. It's someone that's preying on innocent
I'm in trouble.
children. Some of the new ones
Spotted.
have undiagnosed of the
Weapon here.
Enemy spotted. Enemy.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, another young girl encountered violent group barely a month after her dad's passing.
Spotted. Reloading.
Jesse sent her.
Sky shows or else your friends who have the authorities will see your pictures. I will make you so famous you're like you'll let it out. I will put these videos in your full-thinking hackers and moron sites. I will do it tomorrow. You had your chance.
The following day, her pictures were sent to hundreds of people. One was so scared that she
support
embarrassed
called
the
in.
country since again. When no, but in your stead, another online community you might know into the fray.
I'm down.
Persons
Spotted. Unacceptable.
that office announcement. Our words, soul,
I'm down.
our purpose, and freedoms. That the cops, punishers, and that
Medicated.
will fight our that's
Reloading. We're under attack.
Foundation, balance in person, and foundation, our society, our values, our mission, not perfect, not
The
perfect.
safe zone has been redefined. UAV support called in.
Anonymous has identified the individual who bullied Amanda Todd. Additionally, they
Spotted.
shared this private information online. And Anonymous basically don't want to mess with Anonymous because they will find your private information and will post it online.
Spotted.
Back in 2013, hackers that is anonymous had already hacked the
Mega
church
kill!
psychology and the PlayStation Network. Finding a man's one mailer and sudden over unexpected. Anonymous had named. The question was, without any investigative process, should we trust their findings?
They were able to identify a known hacker and blackmailer, Cody Maxon, as the man responsible. If you remember correctly, this was around the time Cody won the Blackmailer of the Year award from Peyton Caps. However, according to the very intelligent Canadian law enforcement, it's all just one big coincidence. They've stated that Cody is a man of no interest. It makes us wonder
Yes.
if Father asking for someone's help, they are just going to shrug off any information given to them.
Predator for a long
Enemy hit.
time.
Unstoppable. Spotted.
Weapon here.
Oh, there's no way to come.
I'm sorry.
Know what happened to her after this was posted? She ended up
I don't understand why people when people have money and they just don't res faster. Like,
The safe
it's
zone
not
is
that
shifting.
hard. Just fucking click res.
Metapod story has captured attention around the world.
This guy's more fucking 10k.
Purple comments on memorial pages dedicated to
All these like mean-hearted people are over here like she deserved it. No, she didn't. This is a grown man. He shouldn't be picking on some teenage girl. Most of all, I want them to remember she was just a little girl. She was not responsible for what happened to her.
Spotted.
Week after events went viral, Facebook, Skype, YouTube implemented new measures to protect their youngest users. Facebook in particular
UAV support
also
called
started
in.
tracking accounts against which they received multiple complaints. They uncovered the powder blue, powder C, variations of coding, follow
The safe zone has been redefined.
Wasn't that off the mark after all?
There was
There's
many
like
as
7
75 victims in the world, including Canada, United States, Great Britain, and some other countries in Europe.
Facebook quickly shared their findings with the police. Nobody knew there was a connection between the suspect and the panda until Dutch journalist Mathis Pennings started investigating.
In 2013, they got a hit on Facebook. They made a report that all these young people who had
Luna, you got
Oh
this.
my god.
This is
it was by talking to sources that one of them
Conversation.
told me just one day that I need to
That.
degree they installed a kilo. With that, they could follow
You
anything
can revive someone faster.
computer, so you can also make
You gotta revive
screenshots
someone.
of everything when you use the map. So that's how you could read all the tests that you have to do.
Strange turn of events. The European police looked the same link from RCMP a year earlier when a man was still alive. An agent in the UK reported one of the victims of the cavern got the suspect engaged in illegal activity with her. Once he was caught again, the Dutch police
The
raided his
safe
home.
zone is shifting.
Suspect Lorry Van Scheindel said they hoped to capture the 44-year-old entering the one-story brick building silently, but Cobain got up to the
Pick up
bathroom
the fucking
window.
cops.
The officer said he figured the suspect lost sight of his team in the mirror. They leaned on him in the hall. Cobain cut his right eye on the radiator before the officers could handcuff him. Blindfolded, they headphones over his ears so he wouldn't be aware of what
Enemy spotted.
his officers removed the covert surveillance devices. Before this article was published, someone in Penny's office contacted Carol to ensure she was the first to know.
Enemy spotted.
Yep, fuck you, bitch.
Reload. Emergency jab here.
But this was only the beginning. Carol was finding not only did the Dutch authorities refuse to handle Amanda's case, but Penny and the attorneys
UAV support called in.
Reloading.
investigation. While it might have been an alleged criminal, but it appears the law still have the right to privacy.
Enemy
Some
spotted.
police have
Why was this guy running an orc?
This is truly a day that we ladies that something has come out of Amanda's story.
It's really glad that we finally have the suspect arrested. Hope that we can get some justice.
The suspect was arrested by Dutch authorities in the Netherlands, charged yesterday in his country,
Oh my
now
god,
based
it's so low, man.
Canada.
The safe
So
zone
that
is shifting.
the wheels are rolling for other countries, that they can stop predators.
It wasn't just like any side of it. Not only did it take the collaboration
Nope,
of
move
four
for the
countries
top.
to find it. Problems got
Such Scott games.
inside his home. He found multiple hacking devices, a strange mask used to keep his identity hidden while streaming. Inside his computer, they discovered hundreds of video
So it's
files.
third, like if I lose it's just third. But
One being the abandoned time,
Oh well.
out to empty.
so it goes in
He
shit.
dismounted. Careful.
Time to.
Execution. When the use of Q-Long, the hacking software used by COVID wasn't entirely legitimate. They had to take their time, since any misstep could cause the entire case to collapse. On top of that, COVID's lawyer declared that if judged guilty, his client would go on appeal, no matter what.
My client is 36 years old, Turkish-Dutch citizen. a calm and decent person, if I know. That's all I can say about it.
So it's a long wait about what would happen. Were we appealing to delay everything? I thought it was never.
5 years after her daughter's tragic death, Carol traveled to Hampshire
I'm gonna
to
make it like this.
Street.
Give me this
In
one.
the course of 3 months, 39 alleged victims supported 72 charges of production, possession, and distribution of illicit content, SA involving minors, fraud, harassment, criminal
Tweet.
luring, and extortion.
268,000 is
We
fucking
had
ridiculous.
victims in the United States and Canada. The courtroom was very packed with people from
What the
all.
fuck? Why does this guy have an Attack on Titan fucking...
And I think also because Carol was there. Carol, Amanda's mother,
So most people play,
Coleman was extradited to Canada for a second trial. The prosecution based their case,
Eva
among other
Hall.
things, retained for over 3 years. Even after her death, Coleman repeatedly watched the
This
video
guy's 20,000 cases to do with this.
Months appeared, proving he was obsessed with the young teenager. Eventually, after 5 years of procedures and multiple months in court, Carol finally got justice for her daughter.
The man accused of sexually extorting BC teenager Amanda Todd has been found guilty on all charges.
Coleman was sentenced to 17 years behind bars, but Amanda's parents didn't stop at Coleman. Their next mission would be to make sure such a tragedy would never happen again.
So here we are, October 14th, 2022. The judge just imposed a sentence that was higher than what Brown asked for. It was amazing because it was justice for Amanda. This will make a difference in the world of the kids. And I have to hope that Amanda's watching somewhere to see what her voice is.
I don't think it could even be more. It really needs to be in our big world, and hopefully this does take it to that higher level.
Following Amanda's death, Daily Capper vanished from the internet, deleting all content except for an apology video. Andrea Shaden, who left the RCMP after her department failed to protect the teenager, believes that without Amanda's involvement, Coben would have never been arrested. Daily Capper would probably still be out there.
that video is what kicked everybody into gear, put pressure to reopen the investigation. But in my mind, Amanda, had she just committed and not made that video, Coban might have gotten away with it. So, I think she's a hero.
Since her video went viral, Amanda indirectly saved thousands of lives, if not more. In 2014, Canada passed Amanda's law criminally persecuting distribution into images without consent. Some organizations were ramped up on cyberbullying awareness. Law enforcement agencies around the world tried to deal with 2020. Public awareness of the issue significantly increased. Today,
Spotted.
continues to advance law legacy society. Nonprofit focuses on prevention and awareness related to cyberbullying, child exploitation,
What the
and
fuck?
internet safety.
A lot of women survived and her death. I want us all to hear her story in order to make change. What I want to tell parents is don't be afraid of it. It's part of our life. It's here to stay. We need to talk about what everyone is doing.
Leading the jump. Proud to be here, guys.
If it's being talk about being talk about
Diets are crazy.
have those conversations as a normal part of life. Having open communication, having that trust, encouraging your children. Say, no, can't help Amanda anymore, but I can certainly help other families and other children. And that's it. It seems that Amanda were watching, she
Revival kit here.
would be surprised at what has been accomplished. And gives me hope that
Bye.
this world is safe. Hope that things will change in the world. Hope that we can all be kinder, that we can be more compassionate, that we can listen without judgment, that we can get along because we're all human. I, as her mother, feel that there is a responsibility to ensure that what happened here doesn't happen to any other child or family.
University of Arizona Online brings top-ranked education to you. Choose from 150 plus programs. Learn from the same faculty and earn the same degree as on-campus students. Apply today and get your tomorrow a free This one is a doozy. It was viral in China, and it all happened in January 2023, so like 4 or 5 months. A guard was patrolling the high school grounds. He worked with his massive boarding. When I say massive, I mean I think they owned close to 600 acres of land. It was a big chunk of land. He had his little guard dog, which rolled into the woods, make sure that there was no rogue chickens running about, and that the rogue it's not like
Reloading. Reloading.
His guard dog would not budge. First the dog was frozen on the map, and then slowly it turned its body towards the off map and starts yanking at the guard. The guard gives it one tug, like, come on, get back on the path. But the dog absolutely refuses to stop barking.
Good run, team.
Pulling towards the tree.
Loadout called
The guard is
Reloading.
normally his job is very calm, very peaceful even. But recently the disappearance of a high school student at the school makes a big difference to his son. So even walking through these woods, it makes him feel a bit unsettled. It makes him feel
The safe zone has been redefined.
just one step off the map, onto the crunchy leaf.
Requesting
The dog
tactical
pulls
item.
on the leash until finally both of them will walk off and towards this abandoned shed on campus.
I need ammo.
It's not necessarily a shed per se, it's more like 4 brick walls that were set in place, and inside it would be storage things so that they wouldn't be in plain view. And outside the 4 walls, there were linings of trees, like things of privacy.
UAV
So they're
support
really
called
they're
in.
really big, they're just humongous branches. It's honestly kind of confusing, so I'm trying to simplify it to make it digestible. The guard dog stopped abruptly at this shed, and his leg and tail is stiff, like all of one hand.
Hegemony.
His head upward like an arrow, and the guard stares at his dog, follows his gaze to see where is the dog looking, and at first he just sees three. And then he's
Spotted.
the wall and the tree.
So literally no doubt.
Reloading.
The 15-year-old student that I
UAV
read
support
3
called in.
months ago had just been found on campus, hanging from the tree by a pair of shoes.
Spotted.
For the past 126 days,
UAV support called in.
Reloading.
That's all I do.
This has been turned upside down by investigators as it was absolutely gnarly.
The safe
How on
zone
earth
is
we
shifting.
see found just in the open on campus? This dictates that we bring conspiracies of a essay raid in school, a principal running an essay raid at the campus
Oh, fucking
for
hell.
that
Told you with 4 kills. There's a problem.
we just bummer. The death
Requesting tactical item.
It seems like every conspiracy makes sense. Yeah.
Spotted.
Panda blood, it was a blood really
Oh,
Good run, team.
no way this fucking team was with him. I'm so pissed, dude.
Crazies are
I
wild,
think it's
so
the team
let's
from the
not
game
let
before as well. What the
and
fuck
this
is my team?
case that by
No, it's not team.
practically all of
Yeah, it's then. Okay.
The safe zone has been a safe zone has been a safe zone has been
Okay.
redefined.
Okay.
I require assistance. Taking fire!
As always, full shout out to podcast.com. I did have a Mandarin speaker help with this research, not good. A Mandarin researcher, and especially with regards to all the public theories, the threats that catapult in this nascent mainstream media, I wanted to make sure that we covered the most of it. And a lot of episodes, they were
Spotted. Reloading.
There you go. That's every single fucking shot miss. I'm actually just too good.
Reminder.
Reloading.
It's easy to get swept up in these conspiracies, but this is a case that
UAV support called in.
So, as long as it's fine, as long as it's passion
Can
and
we
grace.
like Gemini fuck off?
With that being said, let's get into the story. This story takes place in a border.
Reloading.
It's called the CHI.
Let's not miss all the shots.
If we know one person that was in a boarding school for a few years, it's completely anecdotal. But they said it was creepy.
Right, so I'm actually done. But that whole guy is so fucking good because that movement is good.
That's what they said. The first night killed the 3 killer,
Who made the
The
fucking
safe
guy?
zone is shifting.
Why does this guy have a cell as a little bitch like foot?
these stories fully take place in Oregon, so I have to run down the campus. There are 2 big buildings in this campus. There are a little bit of like small little
I was gonna say,
one-story
taking
buildings
a
here and
snap
there. Buildings are the most important
I'm playing
ones.
complete
They're
ass.
10 side. They're 0.06 miles away from you. So
That's
it
what's
should
going
be
on.
like on the right? Yeah.
The safe zone has been
Yeah, but like
redefined.
really close. I mean, there's some trees that you
Yeah,
can
no,
do
this
it
seems
in
like
the
really
called in.
kind of worth thinking as a sword. So you can dash up.
The windows are for all the classrooms and most of the administrative rooms, like in your principal's office, all of these teachers' offices, HR, then you take a personal walk. The other thing, this is reserved for students who want. And the campus is reminiscent of the college campus, but on a tinier, much smaller scale. I mean, outside of these 2 buildings, they had a gym, 2 parks, soccer field, basketball court, tennis court. I mean, it's a pretty big school. And since it's a restricted boarding school, one of the appeals is that it is gated and fenced off like the public. For not having campus without getting it for suspicion
Reloading.
of staff. These are high school kids. These are not college kids.
Good run,
I feel
team.
a lot safer about sending my kids to this school because
The
it's
safe
not
zone is
very involved.
The safe zone
Still
is
under
shifting.
very constant, strict supervision. Everyone is treated like a high schooler and not as a college student, and it's still kind of important here. So anyway, the school has 3,000 kids.
Ass. I'm hungry, Loki.
Fancy, it looks grand, and it's used for
Maybe the
big
next round,
celebrations,
or like the next, not next rank, next thing one.
and
And
it's
then
every case, or a smaller one, and this is used for
I don't know why
outsiders.
this guy's doing, okay?
And
The safe zone
they
has
need
been
to control
redefined.
deliveries, they come into this game.
Spam
Those
for
types of
watch.
outsiders coming into the school. Then you
I
have
was
the
us
lounge
versus
game.
the other 2 people.
This is typically
I
used
bet.
solely by students. Staff when they have here for work, and students when they have permission to
So
leave
it's
or
32,
for whatever
but my team was complete
And
ass.
if the boarding school is happening, this is the absolute first time that I've ever heard of this. And I don't know if it's common in China, but parents have board with their students. So each dorm room typically has a bunk bed, and 2 students are placed in the room. So one gets the top bunk, one gets the bottom bunk.
Safe zone
One
is
parent will
shifting.
choose to stay with their kid.
Reloading.
They share a room, and they share the bunk bed. And a good amount of parents supposed to do this at this particular school. I think there was 90 parents living on campus.
Why is that doing this? Most likely have a way better gun than me.
Enemy spotted.
They will do so you don't have to worry about day to day. Also, all you can do is
UAV support called in.
Exactly why. So well, that entire school
Has
of
been
Okay.
redefined.
having them through is making sure that there's
Weapon here.
Yeah. So back to the setup of the school. It's gated, and the fact that most of the school is fenced off is pretty impressive. Considering the fact that the school has 2 parts of the property. Students were allowed to do that, and this is again not like
Good run, team.
So one of the parts is about 4 acres, and the largest one is about 5.89 acres. Yeah, so put it in perspective how massive that park is. It takes an
Yeah,
average
they lure
student
us
about
everything.
2
Let's still win this.
walk through the great park.
right.
It takes about 6 hours. to
Not this
walk
guy
through
being
by-
masters and being absolutely absolutely.
Yeah.
Central Park is the game.
Oh yeah.
This one is like what
Yeah,
happened.
my guy.
That's great.
Diamond 2.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So it's good stuff.
get me wrong.
done one,
It was
and then I'll
designed
fucking
for the students. There were these paved stone walkways, there were these trails that led through it. So if you wanted to go hiking, or if you wanted to go sit on a bench beside the woods, students could do that. It's not like this wild, haunted, overgrown, uncharted territory that's just booming behind the school like you. Students would actually frequently wander through the park looking for a quiet, peaceful place to put down a blanket and to study. Now, on October 14th, a 15-year-old student by the name of Hu Xingyu, let's call him Xing, she was not looking for a peaceful place to study. Instead, on October 14th, he walked into the park and never came back. The last time that he was seen alive was October 14th, 2022 at 5:49 p.m. Xing was seen walking into the building. He checked the time. He had about 10-15 minutes max before his next step call. So his next call was at 6:20 p.m. And the class technically starts at 6:20 p.m., but the teacher wanted all of the students to arrive 15 minutes early. So truly, he only had about 10 minutes before he had to make his way over to the school building. He did not go into his room. Maybe he didn't want to lay down and he has to get right back up. So instead, he goes to the 5th floor of the dorms and walks down to the balcony. So they've got this little pretty rooftop area.
But where is he walking from?
So he walks from the school building back to the dorm building. And he's got like 10 minutes, you know? So he just
He's supposed to walk back to the school building because he has class.
That's better. But instead, he walked all the way to the dorm building, walked to the 5th floor, and went out on the balcony. Now, this balcony overlooks the forest/park behind the dorm building, and he's just standing there alone, staring out at the woods. So he spends about 2 minutes there, and CCTV does see him heading out at 5:51 p.m. So we see him walking to the balcony and then walking out at 5:51. He was just there for like 3 minutes. That's it. So now he's like, okay, I gotta cross this small park to get to the main school building to show up for my study hall. And he's seen walking on the CCTV cameras at somewhat leisurely pace. He doesn't seem rushed when he's not late to this house. He doesn't seem angsty. This seems like he's
this game on.
walk. He turns into the park,
Oh,
and that is the last
okay.
It took a little for people to start in. The students were expected to be at the study hall 15 minutes early because there were always late students. So usually the students would even be late to them. The students would come 5 minutes before the class, which is fine as long as the teacher can start the class on time. She didn't care. Now, she was not early. He didn't even make it when the class was supposed to start. But even when Teacher A, this is a fake name, she always did. There's at least like one student who shows up
At the same time
late.
as you.
Like 20 per class.
The safe zone has been
So
redefined.
Teacher A thought it was destroying her because she was never that student. He was never the one that showed up when he was the only girl in the class. She tries to focus on the lesson and generally start worrying about 30 minutes into her lesson. She realizes, wow, he's still not here. Now, like I said, this is not college where students can opt to not show up for certain classes or study halls. She is supposed to be here and he's not. So there's a problem. She knew something wasn't right. She excused herself, went into the hallway,
UAV support
and
called
starts
in.
talking. She starts making
enemy?
Maybe he fell asleep, but he's in
Emergency jab here. Reloading.
whatever reason, the student is not saying anything else. They felt like something was amiss. The way that she was outside for so long, her energy was just strange. I mean, the odds of is get class, it's gonna happen, go to sleep, or they lost track of time, whatever it's this just felt amiss, okay? Eventually, it was announced to the class and administrators that she was missing. He wasn't in class. The administrators went to his room to check her there. He wasn't there. Found an empty machine. Nothing was moved or packed. In fact, all of Shane's belongings were still there. His phone, money, wallet, watch, everything that was important was less than ever. The only two things they were missing were his student ID and the recording pen that he took everywhere. So this little recording pen was something that he recently bought, and he would bring it into all of his classes, and all of the lectures, and then he would bring it home, import it, and listen to it over and over and over again as a form of study. That was it. Those two things were gone. Oh, and Shake was gone. Now, the school does not appeal called
She's parents right away because I mean, imagine they call every parent to tell them the child
The safe zone
in
is
reality
shifting.
they're playing.
Enemies here.
This guy's in here.
Give him a surprise. I'm dying.
Who's that?
Putting nicotine with
Spotted.
different.
Loadout airdrop incoming.
Every step of the way, the X program.
Get 4 weeks free.
Oh.
Sign up for Uber One for
Where's the way up?
Spotted. Reloading. Trouble.
They're taking an extra long bathroom break. They're hanging out in the woods.
Spotted.
Double
Kill.
Yes,
Team
they
Luna, you've got this. Reloading.
Doors, and all over the door building for shape. And it wasn't until they were absolutely certain that he was nowhere to be found that they made the call to his parents.
UAV support
He was
call
last
in.
seen at around 6 p.m. His parents received a call at around 11 p.m. Mr. Who? This is teacher A,
Reloading.
the study hall teacher. She didn't make it to study hall today, and she's not in the room either, and we couldn't find him anywhere on campus.
UAV
He
support
did
call
attend
in.
a lot of classes, so I'm sure we're glad it can't be too long, you know? But it's been a few hours since we wanted to alert you. Now, Gene's family, they live 3 hours away from the school. His dad and
UAV
aunt,
support
they get into
called
car
in.
they've watched over. They took their house to play.
Unstoppable! The safe zone has been
Gene's
redefined.
mom, on the other hand, worked in a completely different province, so they working in a completely different state. She couldn't get to the boarding school until about 11 a.m. the next morning. So the whole family, they arrived, and they're rightfully nervous, they're rightfully upset. I mean, like, what do you I mean, the whole reason that we sent him to a private boarding school and pay money every single semester, like, isn't that part of what you guys are supposed to do? Make sure that the kids are safe, or at least
UAV
accounted for?
support called
Like,
in.
what on earth are you talking about? He's gone. So the family speaks to everyone, the teachers, his class, his friends, anyone that might have seen them that day, and those people scream about help. All they
Wicked
was,
sick.
I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with orders, you know, and that is
Oh
anything
my
to
god,
say.
yeah.
Like,
Supposed to like DVs.
I didn't see anything alarm me. Yeah, seemed like a normal day. She's family, they start getting frustrated. There is a lack of information because the teachers are like, we don't know. We just didn't show up.
Reloading.
They're like, we are not communicating. I feel like we're not even speaking the same language. So they proactively, they printed a ton of business posters for Shane, placed them all over the school. They had a picture in big bold red letters. They read, missing person, 15-year-old man, no devices that can help him communicate, only has a recording pen with him. He was last seen wearing a white t-shirt and a black t-shirt hoodie. Short hair, glasses, and he was wearing a black pants and white shirt down the front. If you have any information that leads to him being found, we have a little warning that
Spotted. Reloading.
now, James family begin with a massive days to boarding school, and anytime a staff member, a student, a parent, anyone, a passerby, a regular civilian, they would pass out the posters. They placed them all over the outside of this boarding school so that regular civilians would know it's in the school would also be on the lookout. The parents was desperate. The police do get involved pretty quickly, and I think that the parents wanted us to look for things with such urgency,
Yeah,
and
these guys have such cool,
it's being
such
classified as
better
a
guns than me. Like MP5s
James
and
family,
shit.
like, look for him as if
They're
someone
fully maxed
kidnapped him. However, he's going
Should
to
first
Safe
start
zone
on
has been
MP5.
redefined.
so they can do a little bit more leisure.
Oh, this guy's AFK. That's good.
Yeah, so I guess in China it's classified as a missing person just means we don't know where they are. Does not mean that something that happened to them. In order for it to be classified as a missing person criminal case, it means there needs to be some sort of hit that kidnapped them, someone took them, they got in trouble and something happened, versus missing persons is just straight up, we don't know the location of it. They could have willingly run away. Yeah.
Spotted.
Very similar, huh?
To the US, yeah, I mean, we just classify it as a runaway with a person, but same thing, right? So, teacher, me, and Shane's family, they searched the entire school property of the volunteer. They looked in the room, on the ground. They checked the pools, attic, roofs, everywhere. They went the extra mile. They trained septic tanks just in case. A team of searchers flew drones over the ground to conduct 3D imaging and scans. They brought in drones that did thermal scanning
This
to
guy
look
just
for him in the
here,
woods.
Nice.
Again, nothing showed up. Your guys think where I'm getting like stuff weird, okay? It's weird. Civilians volunteered to search, and the local community took each other's help. A lot of people said that people searched as if it was their own son and
No
it got
wonder.
it
This guy's so
and
much
people
money
would
by
be bringing those
fucking
towards it.
30,000.
The safe zone is shifting.
He's
Breakdown,
one.
walking.
Like, the fuck?
It was said that the biggest size, the search party was like 2,000 people big. So clearly, this is not a half-assed search. But keep this in mind because this body is found in a place that should have been so easy. So I'm going to show you a map for the visual people, but you guys are just listening to the audio. It's like the next building over. The shed, I know it sounds like it's way out in the woods. I think it was 0.2 miles away. It's really not that deep into the woods. And it's a building that's right there. People know if it exists. It's not like this forbidden, oh no, it's real, the shed exists. No one can believe it's there.
Reloading.
So I think they're everywhere. There's writing things, there are calculators, there's security footage, but nothing seems to miss. When they see Greg white shirt, black pickup jacket, walking out the door and finally went to get. He had no strength box. That was the last footage of him. Then boom, nothing. He's not seen ever again. He's not seen
UAV support called in.
Someone beating the ground.
Enemy spotted.
Coming back to grab something, just gone. The leader of the rescue said, it's as if he vanished into thin air. We're not gonna give up, but we have no clue. The fourth cross surface covering 90 acres of land, 12 buildings, 884 rooms, 11 underground pipes, and 70 tanks, 10 water heaters, 9 water
Good run,
place,
team.
2 parks, 2 sports centers, 1 garbage dump, 2,238 residences near the school, 589 acres of woodland south of the campus, 200 temples, 159 businesses, 124 miles of
Alright,
riverbank,
fifth was fucking shocking, baby.
miles of railroad, 55 nursing homes.
Wow.
But why my team was so damn shit?
278 tips and cleared all the school personnel and students, including the 98 parents that were residing with their children on campus. They did not find a single trace of shame. They didn't even find a guy nothing that suggested foul play or even a runaway. I mean, that's the thing. They didn't find evidence of either thing. They found no evidence.
Right.
None.
You're gonna go eat.
Which meant that it was going to remain a missing persons case in the eyes of the law, which is no